In this video, we're looking at merger policy. These are policies that governments take to combat the negative effects of mergers. This video will go a bit further beyond the A-level economic scope, but there's a bit of interesting information that I'm sure if you put in your exam in a topical question, examiners would be impressed. So a merger occurs when two firms join to form one. This can happen through acquisition, through hostile takeover. And in the course, there are four types of mergers that we explore. A horizontal merger, where two firms in the same industry and the same stage of the production process merge. So maybe two car manufacturers, two car producers, etc. Then we've got backwards vertical integration, which is when two firms in the same industry but different stages of the production process merge. Same with forwards integration, forwards vertical integration. We're just going in separate directions. So maybe a chocolate manufacturer merges with a retailer, that would be forward. Say a retailer merges with a chocolate manufacturer, that would be backwards. Then we've got conglomerate integration. This occurs when two firms in completely different industries merge. For example, say Argos merged with, I'm not sure now, a bicycle retailer, right? That might be conglomerate, or you can take, say, Coca-Cola merging with Netflix. So mergers must be controlled. This is because a government aims to promote the welfare of citizens, and mergers can compromise this welfare. So take a horizontal merger. If two firms merge and the market share of the merged firm rises, then this allows them to charge a greater markup, a greater premium. If you look at this diagram here, we can see that as prices rise, surplus falls. That means that the welfare of individuals is being transferred to firms. This obviously creates ethical issues, especially for the poorer consumers. We need to make note of distributional effects, who will be more impacted by higher prices. So how do regulators control mergers? So under UK law, a merger qualifies for review by the CMA if annual turnover is over £70 million, or the merger creates a business with a share of over 25% of the market. Over 25% of the market is a monopoly, and so it kind of makes sense that this firm will charge at a premium to get monopoly rents, monopoly profits, and so again this poses a welfare threat, and so regulators can investigate and potentially probably block the merger. Secondly, similar point really, a merger is investigated if it raises a public interest consideration, for example national security. So say two arms manufacturers from countries that are not allies try and merge. That creates some security issue and something that impacts the financial stability of the UK. For horizontal mergers specifically, the CMA may assess the unilateral effects and the coordinated effects. Spoke about this in the previous video. The unilateral effects occurs when a merged firm would find it profitable to raise prices. Raising prices lowers surplus. There's a kind of a welfare implication there. And coordinated effects. This is when post-merger market structure enhances the likelihood of collusion. Two firms collude, they may restrict output, which again increases prices and poses a welfare threat. So to kind of assess the likelihood of unilateral effects and coordinated effects, the government and their regulators can look at the history of anti-competitive behaviour in an industry. If an industry is very, very prone to collusion, then allowing a merger will probably enhance that probability and impose a greater threat to welfare. Regulators can also look at market concentration, which links to the HHI index, again a measure of market concentration. So this seems like a complicated formula, but I'll break it down. So the HHI is 10,000 times the market share of each firm squared. To find the market share of each firm, we can take the number of sales produced by that firm over total industry sales. So say we've got firm A, which has 500 sales, firm B, which has 600 sales, and firm C, which has 1,000 sales. In total, in the industry, there's 2,100 sales. So to calculate the HHI, 10,000 times firm A's market share, 500 over 2,100 squared, same for firm B, and same for firm C. And we get a HHI of 3651, but what does this mean? Basically, a industry with a HHI of 0 would be perfectly competitive. A HHI of 1,000 would be a monopoly. This is because, say, a monopoly is firm M and say their sales are 1,000, well, these sales equal the industry sales of 1,000. So the formula would be 10,000 times 1,000 over 1,000 squared, which is just 10,000 times 1, which is equal to 10,000. Okay, so how do we use HHI in policy to determine whether a merger should be blocked or not? If a merger increases the HHI by over 200 points, it will raise suspicion by regulators. Regulators will investigate the merger and potentially block the merger if, again, deemed to harm stakeholders. So, say firm A and firm B merge. Now, firm A and firm B are producing 1,100 units. Firm C are producing 1,000 units. Again, that's still total 2,100 units. So calculating the new HHI, we've got the sales of firm A and firm B over total industry sales, squared, add the sales of firm C over total industry sales, all squared, times 10,000, which is equal to 5,011, which is a lot greater than the previous 3,651 that we achieved before. And so that's obviously increased the HHI by over 200 points, and it will probably be blocked by the CMA. So a fun fact about the HHI is that if we remove the multiplication by 10,000, so usually in the previous examples, we had this times 10,000. If we do not do this, for the second example where firm A and firm B are merged, we get that the answer is equal to 221 over 441, which is equal to the HHI. However, if we inverse the HHI, do 1 over the HHI, this approximates the number of firms in a market. So if we do 1 over the HHI we got here, we get 1.995, which is approximately 2 firms in the market, which that actually is. We've got firm A, the merged firm A and firm B, we've got the firm C. So this is it on merger policy. The next video will be looking more into mergers. We'll be looking at vertical integration.